and more. Let's talk about me, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
Hey, everybody.
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
How are you?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
Got you. That's a good thing.
Right.
Oh, my word.
I feel better knowing that you're running the stream because you should see me.
Computer back.
You should see me trying to run Jimmy P's stream today.
I know. Well, I'm gonna be glitchy, I think. It's I dropped my computer this week. It's an all-in-one Hewlett Packard, and it fell on its face. And well, I can show you. That's what happened to it.
Oh no, that's not good.
Like that right down the middle. And of course,
Oh man,
it's a touch screen, so it was real touchy.
And it was new, wasn't it? You had just bought it, hadn't you?
I've had it about 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Not brand new. So I went right out and I bought a couple of monitors. These guys.
Looks good.
Out of. Yeah, they're 24-inch curved monitors. They were on sale for $125 a piece at Best Buy. So that was a good deal. And then I took the computer over to Best Buy because it was glitchy. It was just doing all kind of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Got it back today. Thank you, EJ, for all the help. Got it back today, and I've got it hooked up, and I've been watching it, looking at stuff all afternoon. And just as we started coming on, it started scrolling to the bottom of the page or bottom of the whatever it is, the screen. So I've rebooted it, got it all back up. It's working fine for so long as it's working fine. But it's probably gonna mess up again. So we'll just grin and bear it, I guess.
Well, your your video looks great on my end. I mean, it looks nice and clear. You look good. So hopefully it's doing good. Just
We'll see.
using that new equipment.
Yeah, really. 3G. A3G. Who else here? Goodness sake.
We yes. You want me to say it or you want me?
Yeah, go through it. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
we've got Daenerys. I never say that name right. Let's see, Mermaids Chorus, Marky, Johan, 3G, Greg, Silver Creek Aquatics, the Long Family Shoal, Jimmy P. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. We love you. Let's see who else. Fanaticals, Officially, and is that everybody? I know I missed CPL Jager.
Silver Creek, right.
Yes. Hopefully I know I didn't get everybody. It doesn't feel like I did, but hello everyone. Welcome, welcome.
Dang, we go Hollywood gets Father Fish in a movie.
Right. We need the Father Fish movie.
That was the direction I chose not to go in.
What, the movie?
Oh, Hollywood. Actually, I was trying when I got close to graduating from undergraduate. I was trying to get some encouragement to go to New York and sign up in an acting school. And I could not get any encouragement, so I didn't do it.
Hey, you would be quite the actor, and you're definitely an entertainer. He's got the dance moves. He knows all kinds of stuff.
A very different direction.
Fanaticals. Mary says, Mary is here for now. Yeah, until I cut myself off. Hey, Carter. Right. Carter Bing and Joshua Bone. Hello, hello. Yes, he would be a hit, Daenerys. Yes, he would. Oh my goodness. The Chronicles of Father Fish.
Yeah, I would have been a type actor, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, 3G. Yeah. Sorry, 3G was asking me. I had to cut Jimmy P's stream short, which I totally botched. But, you know, it was a learning experience. And my daughter's dog got really sick. She's a 3-month-old puppy. I was telling you before the stream, Father Fish. We got her over to the vet, and I don't know. I don't know if she's going to make it or not, Greg. She's in bad shape, like really bad shape. If my daughter had told me 3 days ago that dog had been sick, that would have been different. But she waited 3 days and then told me. Yeah, and man. So it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
And there's Whip's World. Hey, Whip.
Joshua Bone.
All the great people are coming in.
Whip's World.
Father Fish and Aquaman. I think of him as King Neptune with the scepter. That's what I would think.
Get tanked. He wants to get tanked, does Whip.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really sad, Greg, about my daughter's dog. I'm really, it's breaking my heart. Yeah. We've got her at the She's at the vet getting fluids, and they're trying. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. Whew.
Let's see. Florida. Now, the area where I lived, which is in kind of North Venice, I guess, had a fair amount of wind, did not get the flooding because it was south of the eye of the hurricane. Keep in mind, the eye of the hurricane was 40 miles wide. Charlie, the next worst hurricane that's been through, and that was almost 20 years ago, that had an eye 8 miles wide.
Oh, wow.
And it tore a swath up central Florida, 8 miles wide.
Oh, my gosh.
This
I know
was
Alan shared it with me, some of the news stories. Oh.
So anyway, it landed, the eye landed south of where I live and just south of Englewood. Englewood is, from Venice, the next town south on the coast. If you go inland a little bit, just down slightly beyond that, you enter Northport. Northport got pretty well destroyed. It flooded twice. It flooded from the surge, and then yesterday it flooded again from a levee going that was holding back tens of millions of gallons of water in an enormous lake that completely flooded I-75, shut it down. It became very difficult to get around because all the main roads were flooded, 10-foot deep flooded. I mean, flooded deep enough, there was no way to get through. So from the north side of the eye of the storm, that landed a few miles south of Englewood. The south end of the eye was all the way down in Naples, Fort Myers. So they got the wind coming onshore, not going offshore. The wind coming onshore brought 15 to 20 foot water swells with it. So everything was 2 stories underwater. Not just 200-mile-an-hour gusts, but 20 feet of water. So there were, particularly on the barrier islands, complete destruction. Now, I want to say something about this, because there's this notion that somehow this storm was so bad because of global warming. If that were true, then there would have been a series of other bad storms in the recent 10 to 20 years. And there have been none, not one. In point of fact, the kind of construction that was built up over the last 75 to 100 years on these barrier islands was such that there was no fear, no anxiety at all about major storms coming through. There had not been a storm like this since 1927. Nearly 100 years.
He froze on me.
That's 95 years. Because of the nature of the construction, that's why everything was destroyed. Now, the reality is that most of the housing, minus trailer parks, survived the wind. It was the flooding that destroyed so much. Wind is one thing, but you get 2 feet of water rushing through even concrete buildings. It may not take them down, but it can wash them out, and it will fill them with mud to the point where they will be uninhabitable. So this was, in fact, 100-year storm. This the next comparable storm to the 1927 was in 1820, 100 years before that. These are not anything like normal storms. This is easily the worst storm that has hit the United States in 100 years. The levees in New Orleans took out a community. The storm surge in Florida took out whole cities.
Yeah.
They are just beginning to estimate the damage. It has gone from billions to tens of billions to hundreds of billions. There may be, in the final analysis, $1 trillion worth of damage. The entire southwest center of the state was involved with severe and profound damage in a swath more than 50 miles wide. A report on people. Bill Demery, the treasurer of our club, lives in a very nice home near the Peace River where it crosses 776. He's sitting on a canal in his lovely home. The home has heavy tile roof. You've seen these half-round tiles. That's the kind of roof he had. It took rows of those tiles. The wind blew them off, soaked the ceilings, and all of the ceilings, with the exception of the one in their great room, fell, destroying everything below it. So they may be total. They're living in a great room, no power. In their community, this is Lee County, the electrical infrastructure, the grid, the power stations are destroyed. It will take a month or more to get power back into those areas.
Yeah.
Coming west, Andy is at at the other end of 776, where it makes a bend and goes from north-south to east-west. He lost He lives in a double wide, sitting on a private lot, an older unit, about 50 years old. Both of these men had 25 to 50 fish tanks. The tanks survived, the fish survived, but without power, it's going to be a real struggle for Bill.
Yeah.
What happened with Andy is he had the main building, which is a double wide, with a carport on one end and a lanai on a concrete pad on the other. Fish tanks in both the carport and the lanai. The carport is gone. The tanks are still in place, but a lot of trash. The lanai, the roof went, the walls are still there, the tanks are still in place. His power came back on this morning. So he has at least intermittent power. His brother came over and they got up, brother-in-law, on the roof today and discovered that the roof is, while it's still in place, the damage is so severe that there's no way to tarp it, and it's going to be a total loss.
Oh,
With
no.
The next rain is coming in the next day or two, and it'll ruin what's left of the house.
Yeah.
Now, Andy is a very enterprising man.
That's Aquatics, right? You're talking about Andy? Oh, no,
No,
that's a different one. Okay. I'm sorry.
Ray.
Wrong one.
It's on Ray. Andy is the hospitality director of the Venice Club.
Okay. Sorry about that.
You've met Andy online.
Yes.
I've done some videos with him. I did a video a couple of years ago with his new puppies. Two beautiful toy Shih Tzus.
He used to stop into the shop all the time and visit.
That's right.
Yes.
So anyway, Andy was talking with one of the men who lives in Canada, who has a nice property down here that was not damaged by the storm, but the yard has got 3-4 feet of trash in it. I mean, the entire yard is just solid trash. The man has not been here in several years. So Andy worked out an arrangement with him whereby he would live in the house in exchange for cleaning up the yard and cutting his grass for life.
Yeah.
And was to agree because it means that somebody will be in there taking care of it. So Andy's got a way to be able to have a safe, comfortable place to live until he can figure out what to do next. And this is what's happening. Neighbors are working with neighbors. Neighbors have neighbors whose homes were completely destroyed. The home I was living in lost its roof. It's a complete and total destruction. The neighbor suffered no damage whatsoever, not a scratch on their home. And these are double wide trailers. Neighbors are helping neighbors. And that's what makes it possible to get through these ordeals. It's one thing for the government to come in and deliver water and some food. It's quite another to have someone you can go and sit in their kitchen and have a cup of coffee, or maybe sleep on their living room floor or on their couch and be safe and be not out in the open. So neighbors are pulling together. Floridians are pulling together. Valerie has been out. Valerie Valerie has a home in Venice. I can't remember what it's called. Venice Acres, I think.
Uh-huh.
It's the most beautiful trailer park probably in Southwest Florida. It surrounds a a boat. What's it called? Harbor
Yeah.
as that has piers with hundreds of boats in it that the people living in these very nice fancy trailers, many of which are brand new upgrades. Her mother bought in there many years ago, so she inherited that and has been able to move in and live there. She suffered no damage whatsoever. 5 homes next to her burned to the ground.
Oh my goodness.
That was in the middle of the storm, in the middle of the hurricane. And the fire department came out and fought the fire. In the middle of the hurricane, the fire department was fighting the fires. And the chief of the fire department was in tears with what he saw happening to Florida.
Oh,
So
it's just devastating.
the more I hear, the wider my understanding of the devastation is. It is biblical.
Yeah.
It is truly biblical.
Yeah.
This is maybe 10 million people affected. 10 million people affected. 2.5 million in Fort Myers are without power. 1 million in Lee County without water or power. They cannot flush their toilets
Yeah.
because the sewerage system operates by electric pumps, and the pumps are not working. Biblical. This will go on for weeks and months. It will take literally years to rebuild. My neighbor in Venice has already decided they're moving to North Carolina. There will be many who will leave. There will be many more who will stay. Florida is, after all, the most magnificent place in the world to live if you love nature and warm weather.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a price to pay.
Yeah.
And many are paying it right now.
Oh my goodness.
Bioaquatics. Bioaquatics will be shipping fish out tomorrow.
All right.
He needs orders desperately. Get over
Oh,
to
you got.
Aquatics. Put
Let me
in
drop his link. Yeah, let me find his link.
just a small order. Anything. He needs orders desperately. You need
And man,
to save his farm.
he is such a wonderful person.
He's an
He's
amazing
really,
man.
yes.
Easily one of those knowledgeable fish keepers in the hobby.
Maybe one of the. He's up there with the best for real.
We've had him on with
Yes.
a number of times. Had him at our
And you
club a number of times.
and you've streamed like when you've gone to his farm. I remember you going over there. I know you couldn't, like when you got there, you couldn't go into the actual greenhouses or whatever with the fish. It would cut off the internet. But he's got an amazing place there. So many
Yeah.
cool projects. There's his link. I just dropped it. And Verily was there. And I know she had to take off in her car with her 2 dogs. So I'm glad to see her. I really worried about her too. Hopefully her house is, her home is safe and she's back home. Hey here, Fishy. There's Shelby
Hello, Marco. Greetings
and
from
Marco.
Silver Creek. I remember when Katrina hit, Texas was doing a massive amount of free service, oil changes, groceries. Love seeing people all love one another. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Vince Lee, same here in Silver Creek.
Let's see. There is Marco.
Praying for them all for a fast turnaround. That which can turn around quickly will.
Right. Oh, yes, he does, Bob. Bob's saying he has amazing stock, too. He really does. He really cares about the fishy breeds. I hope.
He's got some
Okay.
cardinals right now, tank bred cardinals that he raised.
Oh,
He also
neat.
he also has rice fish and some of the nicest endlers that you're going to find anywhere. So, plus all different colors of Neocaridina.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Beautiful, beautiful angels. Double and triple red angels.
Oh,
Shell-
that's neat.
Look, check out his store on his webpage and do please put an order in. I'm
I see if
getting
I can find him.
I'm getting one in tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Okay, I think I found his website here. Let me send this guys to you, too. This is his actual website. And Dinesh was talking about this at the beginning of the stream, talking about rice fish. I'm telling you guys, rice fish are some of the most amazing little fish in the world. They're so easy and fun.
Howard
Hey,
Benson,
Leslie.
Howard.
Okay, here's
Grace,
website. Sorry.
Grace has the gold, the golden rice fish.
Yep. There is Leslie, and Father says hello, Father Fish. Oh, there we go, right there.
Oh
So
no,
glad.
Marco. I have not gotten word about Marco specifically, but I'd be surprised if it was not destroyed.
Yeah. And there's Kenneth D. Hey, Kenneth.
Hey, Kenneth, nice to see you. Silver
Bob was
Creek,
saying, yeah,
Tommy
Bob
John.
said he got some angels and discus from him. Oh, sorry, Father Fish. I didn't mean to over talk you there. I know. And I wonder, I worry about like last year, Texas went through that horrible winter. I sure hope that they don't go through that again. Goliad Farms was one I really followed, and it was another channel, what they
Yeah,
went through with that winter storm. And like you said, it's biblical, these things that are happening. Oh yeah. Dinner says he has free, let's see, he has free overnight if you buy enough. Good deal. Absolutely. Oh yeah, it was the snowpocalypse. You're right.
oh,
Oh yeah. Long Family Shoal says I saw fish in the devastation Sandy did to Rockaways in New York, and it was a similar biblical storm. It's getting scary, I'm telling you.
right.
Hmm.
It's saying that Andres will do free overnight. I think it's $150 order.
Yes. And I mean, Andres is so fantastic. He's so helpful and he shares so much knowledge. He's an awesome fella.
They will easily be the best fish you ever got.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready to add some more rice fish to my colony. I was telling Father Fish, my one little 5-gallon tank up here, like you can do rice fish in a 5-gallon tank, a little nano tank. And they're so much fun. They're egg scatterers. You just have planted tanks and they will just do their own thing. But mine is turned to green water right now and you can't see in it. But it's healthy, it's just green water. So
Leslie is saying Farmer's Almanac is
yes,
are
I
up with
just saw
here, fishy.
that.
She is here. Bless
Shelby,
you.
yeah,
Nice, nice to hear from you. Pond
we
break
miss you.
those cold hands. It does this time of year, doesn't it? I've been thinking
Yeah,
of you a lot. We need to talk. Sometimes I just need to hear your voice.
right. We miss you, girl.
You bet. You
Oh my.
bet.
Let's see if I've missed any comments. I tell you what, that trying to figure out the stream yard on Jimmy P stream today, it wore me out, and I'm a little bit behind. It took the sap out of me. Oh, it was a mess. It was a total mess. And Aquarium Daily, and I don't see Aquarium Daily in the chat. Uh, Over from the UK, he's on vacation right now, but he was kind enough to come up and join me on stream. So he's another great supporter of Father Fish. Unless you're back there lurking.
Post the link here. Anyone who would
There we
like to
go.
help is welcome to
Oh,
do.
yes. Come on up. There's Aaron Reynolds. Hello, Aaron.
Johann, we're in the end times. Wars, earthquakes, storms, yeah, and a lot of man-made trouble is
Right.
what Lord knows.
It's something else, guys. We better tighten up. That's all I got to say. Oh, so let's see. What else have you been doing this week, Father Fish? How are you feeling? Doing better?
Gee, I'm feeling not bad. I'm terribly weakened.
Yeah.
You know, I was weakened by the time I got up here to Maryland and spent the next 2 months trying to build stamina. And then a week in the hospital took it all away from me. So I'm kind of back to where I was. I'm just, my biggest issue is I'm overweight and I've not been able to do anything about it. So I'm trying to make some changes to my medication. I've been on glyburide for 20 years or more. And that does tend to create weight problems. So while I was in the hospital, they had me off of it and had me on a different regimen for insulin. So I'm trying to practice that and hope it's going to make a difference. So I'll begin losing some weight. I want desperately to do that. I'm badly overweight.
And you know what? I don't think it's much. I don't think it's as much as overweight as it's like maybe swelling or something like you said from the medication. I know it's hard on you. We need to get you back out there collecting and just doing all that great stuff.
Oh, no, I don't want to. But
Yes, I know you do.
I'm afraid to stand up and walk. Most of the places that you need to go to collect are a little rough.
Right?
Muddy, or they're down an embankment, or they're on rocks, through brush. They're
In the mud.
in the mud. They're a little difficult to get to and to deal with once you're there. And
Right.
I can't do it, and I want to. And I've got to find ways to get the weight off and to be able to do it. We just lost Mary. Oh, she'll be back. With all the damage from a hurricane. Yeah, there was a shark on the street in Fort Myers.
Right. Don't injure yourself on blood thinners. I think my internet's cutting up. Oh, sorry. Now I've got an echo.
Blood thinners back. So I'm the blood thinner I'm on now. It's primarily focused on AFib, and it's pretty effective. I had no AFib at all for a year until I moved to Maryland, and then had a couple of episodes, none lasting more than a day. So I don't know. I feel good, actually. I just I don't have the strength I need.
You'll get it back. I know you will.
Liquid, that's right. Yes.
Right, Jimmy? It's my purpose in life is just to be a hot mess and support you guys.
Amen to that.
Right. I don't know my other purpose, but that's one of them, and I'm thankful for it.
Oh.
Yes, Fanatical says father needs to bath in some deep substrate and regenerate. There you go. Hey, melted butter. There's melted butter.
Amen to that. Kaylor. Hey, Kaylor. Nice to see you.
Oh man, Kaylor's been working. Hey, he's got the ark there where they do all the rescues and different things with animals, and he says he's lost 15 pounds working. He's been working so hard. You're a blessing, Bob. Seriously, he is such a sweetheart. Caring about the animals. There's so many good people in here.
State Road 60. That's Clark Road, extended from Sarasota to Arcadia, isn't it? Have I got it right?
Is that where Verily is? Yeah, I see that now.
Polish vodka, a decent blood thinner. Well, my drinking days are long over.
Oh, yes, and Silver Creek's got some good. I mean, seriously, I've been researching, believe it or not, I've been researching mushrooms and different fungus. Oh, shoot, my sound. I'm so sorry. It is amazing what I just put up on the screen there. Good blood thinner as well. Kale combination with quality meat clears and resets the body. Mushrooms are amazing fungus among us as well, Father Fish. Absolutely.
Wine is a good thing, huh? Kale.
Oh, love you too, Mermaids Chorus. What a sweetheart.
Yes, indeed.
Bunch of beautiful people.
The coast. 60 is coast. 60 run. Yeah, well, that's true. Runs out to 29. Which is Okeechobee.
I know Alan Tooth, you know, your friend that always came in and helped you. He had even invested in like some solar powered panels and different backup things for his tanks. Luckily, he made it through with no problem. But he was about an hour and a half from where you were at, right?
It was well north.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Tampa area.
Abolished.
Yeah, nice to have you here, Jimmy P.
Oh, Jimmy, we love you. Jimmy P had to take a little break today, so we just hope you get rested up and you're back with us real soon. You're here with us now. I know I told him I wouldn't make no big deal, but I just love him that much. Sorry. Sorry, Jimmy.
Let's see. Silver Creek, kale, microgreens. Now, what are microgreens?
Let's see. Full of phytonutrients. What are microgreens? Are they just the ones that they're grown? Wait a minute. I think it's the way they're grown. It's like not a certain. Wait, I don't want to say it until I know for sure. I'll find out. I'll get my Google on here. It's a different way of gardening. Like their vegetables and their greens harvested just after the, oh gosh, this is a big word, coleodyne leaves have developed with one set of true leaves. They are used as a nutritional supplement. So they're just like really young, tender, like when they're young and tender, when they first start sprouting, when they're full of the, yeah. and they're usually grown like they're grown in greenhouses and different things like that. But it's a really big thing to growing the microgreens.
Oh,
They're,
okay.
they're
Sprout.
yeah, they're
Sprout.
sprouts, seedlings. Yes, thank you. I was trying to get there, but I didn't make it. Right there, Silver Creek said it.
Huh.
Dr. Saul, Polyendo helped my issue quite as well.
Huh.
Oh, that's neat melted butter. Yeah, it's really a big thing to grow these. A lot of people grow them like, within their homes. Exactly. There you go. And it's just when they first start sprouting and they're full of all that word we just tried to say, COTYLE or EDONS, cotyledons. I'll have to look that up so I can say it right.
Huh. All right.
Nah, I didn't get it.
Watching. Yeah, there's a guy on YouTube who does microgreens. A couple of them who do mushroom cultures, and
Oh,
they sell them and sell.
there's here fishy. Wait a minute. Look who's here, Father Fish. Did I put her up there?
There she is. Well,
Somewhere.
I'm all mixed up here now. We got
Curtis Stone. Did she get up there? I saw her in the guest. What happened?
I thought I'll come on to say hello real quick. Yeah,
there she is.
I think I'm up here.
Hey,
I think
lovely.
I'm up here.
Yes,
All right.
you are.
Hey,
Look
I'm
at that. Oh,
losing
Shelby.
sunshine.
Look at how beautiful.
I'm out here. This is Lily.
Stunning. Ah,
Yeah, I'm out here pulling down the pond. I thought I'd say hi to you guys real quick. I've been putting this off, and now I'm just miserable. I got my work boots on, and we're just out. Uh,
well, you're in Pittsburgh, up in the mountains, so
putting
it's probably
my hands
getting
in the cold. Look at our guppies. Hoping, and there's some in here
Wow.
still.
how nice.
How beautiful.
Okay.
Absolutely beautiful. Uh-oh. Did she freeze up? It may be me. Shelby, we do miss you. Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah, I think she froze up.
Did she freeze? Okay, I didn't know if it was me or her, but look how pretty her place is.
Isn't it
And that's after, yeah. And she's wearing Pennsylvania, you said?
nice? Mary, I can't get a word in sideways.
Sorry.
Manzanita Denang. Yeah, I guess we lost her. Maybe she'll be back. Shelby, well, she's gone. Shelby, thank you so much for coming up. That was really lovely. And what a beautiful property. You've done so much to make that really lovely.
She
Jimmy,
did.
and don't get kicked off again. Mary gets carried away. Yeah, that's why I love it. Front yard needs more internet juice. Yeah, I agree with that. Favorite fish and plant species. Wow. I don't have a favorite. Really don't. I mean, one of the things that my goals when I had the shop was to acquire every fish and plant that I ever wanted. So usually what favorite means is something that it's a bucket list item, something you want and haven't had. But I've had pretty much everything. I can't think of a fish really that was legal that I haven't had. And now that I'm in Maryland, I could have some that were not legal in Florida. Part of the problem, though, is that the ones that are illegal tend to get big. And I don't have any big tanks. So until something changes where I can get in a bigger place to live, I'm going to be kind of stuck. I think we've lost Mary. She may be frozen up. Come on back up, Mary. Here, Fishy, the front. Yeah, right. Got that. Let's see. Melted butter. If I could have 3 setup tanks, what fish and plants would I do? Well, I'll tell you, I'm in the middle of that right now. Cat got her. That Ang said the cat got her. I'm in the middle of that right now. I'm trying to decide what to do. I have 3 29s, a 20 tall, and a 40 set up, plus a number of bowls. And so far, all I have are some natives that I brought up from Florida, as well as some natives I got since I've been up here. And I could do most anything I wanted. My part of the issue is that my pH coming out of the tap is 6.0. I've never had soft acid water before. So what I might do is try to get some like chocolate gouramis and some of the other soft water fish and see how well I do with them. It would be smart for me to do that because it requires special water to be able to keep them long term. So I'm considering that. That's really going to be a matter of availability. They're hard to come by. So that may well be what I wind up doing. Oh, she got a phone call about the dog. Okay. Mary will be back. Yes, Kaler, it certainly is a great channel of people. Could not agree more. What a wonderful gang we've got here. The fish fam. The shoal, the Father Fish Shoal. We're up at about 40 people. That's grand. Egg cress sandwiches. You know, I could do that. I have trouble with greens because I have bridge work and I can't chew it adequately. And then I can't swallow it properly because I've got an esophageal issue. But the greens I could probably handle. So I will work on that. And try to find sources of beef that I can chew easily. A lot of ground beef, I think, is really going to be what I'll be into. Just get sirloin ground and so forth. So far as plants are concerned, I do have a favorite. My favorites are the Aponogetans. I absolutely love all of the bulb plants, not just the Aponogetans, but the lilies and the Madagascar. There's so many just stunningly beautiful bulb plants. I've got a bunch here now, and I may just try to do more of those and maybe really. Oh, I am in discus territory. And my tanks are they're 29s, which is big enough for discus. And because I now have soft acid water, I might be able to get away with it. I'm about an hour's drive south of Hans. I could get up there and check him out and maybe get some of his small ones and see if I can't grow them out. I've never bred discus. That would be a real fun thing for me to do. And then find ways of feeding them. Grenwood, happy to see you, Gren. Oh dear, I guess the puppy didn't make it apparently. She kind of expected that. Yeah, it's a good idea, Samuel. I probably should do that. Maybe what I'll do is start with like a trio or a quartet of like 3 to 4 inch discus, and keep them together and in a 29. 29 is a good sized tank for like a pair of discus. I had a friend who had a discus farm, and he bred his large discus in 29-gallon tanks. Yeah, Mary was saying that she thought the puppers had parvo, the puppy had parvo. Here, Fishy. Sounds like Father Fish needs rainbows. I have had a lot of rainbows. They're beautiful fish. Now, I was talking to somebody recently who grew rainbows out in an outdoor pond, and they absolutely jumped up in size. He had them to 2 inches in a matter of 2 months, and that's unheard of in tanks or vats. So growing them up in outdoor tanks. Let's see, 3G is here. Oh my word, look at this. Isn't that stunning?
Hey, Father Fed.
Hey, 3G. That is some kind of beautiful. Wow.
Thank you. To the far right there is a Ponageton behind the tiger lily.
Oh, look at it. Yeah, sure is.
It's just coming up. I took it out of the refrigerator about 3 weeks ago and put it back in the tank. And
Now, had you put it in the fridge after it had an earlier growth?
Well, it just died back and started dropping all of its leaves, and so I just cut them off, pulled the bulb up, put it in a little tank water, put it in the refrigerator for about a month, took it back out, put it in there, and here it comes.
Jumping right back. Look at that. That's great. And that Java temple next to it, is that what that is?
Sir?
The red leaf.
Yeah, that's a tiger lotus, tiger lily.
Yeah, that's another bulb. That's
yes,
pretty.
Sir.
What is that right below it? Is that like a bacopa or?
Yeah, bacopa right here.
Yeah.
This is a green bean that getting eaten by snails.
Okay.
Bacopa, crypt. In the back, I got some stargrass. This is a melon sword.
Yes.
Melon sword. Some more crypts. Some dwarf sage, bacopa.
Is that what is the red one? Is that a sage?
No, sir. That is a stem plant, and I have forgotten the name of it at the moment.
Ludwigia, probably.
It's one of the only. This is one of the only tanks that I have. This tank is really old. It's got an under gravel filter in it that I capped the stacks off, put dirt on top of that gravel, and then sand on top of that.
Nice.
So it's like a 29 gallon that looks like a 20 long.
Right, exactly. But boy, they grow plants, don't they?
It just grows. They grow like weeds in here.
That's a nice sort. Amazon.
I don't know if you can see them. There's some Pseudomcgill gertrudii.
Oh, really?
There's 6 of them in there. And then
Let me
some dwarf
green up.
cories and some dwarf bristlenose. Or I mean albino bristlenose.
What do you have for filtration in there?
There's 2 co-op sponge filters in there.
Okay.
Let me move the light back, and it may help you see back. I got it pulled forward.
Oh, I can see.
But there's a sponge filter here,
Okay. Yes.
and then there's this one's behind this back here.
Nice.
So they're hidden pretty well.
Nice. There they are. Look at them. Gorgeous. The Pseudo Miguel.
Yeah.
What's your pH in there?
Father Fish, I don't own a pH test kit.
Good.
I don't own the ammonia test kit. I don't own anything.
Amen. Amen.
I'm a bad fisherman, huh? Bad fish keeper.
Well, you're trusting the process. That makes you a good fisherman. You're not
Yes, sir.
trying to change anything. Is that a Val or a Sage back there? Looks like a Val, jungle Val.
There is a jungle Val back there. Yeah, 1 jungle Val back there, and there is some Sage too.
Okay.
Stargrass.
Pretty tank.
There's everything in there. A little bit of everything in there. All the easy stuff though. I'm not a CO2 guy.
I hear that. Hey, Danica, nice to see you.
I'm I have about 30 tanks, and about half of them are deep substrate, and the other ones are working breeding tanks and really have basically no substrate in them.
Nice. What do you breed?
All kind of fish, guppies, swordtails. I have 3 varieties of swordtails. Angelfish, Burchardies. I got probably over 100 Burchardies right now.
Wow.
Jewelfish. I'm working on flower horns and frontosas too. I'm trying to get those frontosas grown out to breeding size.
So you got some big tanks.
I do, sir. Yes, sir. I have a lot of big tanks. I used to have a lot of 10-gallon tanks, but I'm down to just 4 10-gallon tanks now, and everything else is 20 or larger.
It goes one direction or the other, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Well, just the bigger the tank, it's easier to take care of for me.
Yeah, and you can get so many fish that they can't keep otherwise.
Speaking of fish you can't keep otherwise, my local fish shop has some mud skippers.
Oh, my.
I went in there Friday and I seen them and I bought them. I said, can y'all hold them till I can get a tank ready?
Yes.
And so over the weekend, I started getting my tank ready, and I went back in there to see what, salinity they had their brackish water at. And they said they were freshwater.
Huh.
And said that all of theirs is freshwater, and they only keep them in freshwater.
Wow. Nice.
And I was just wondering I was under the impression they had to be brackish water.
Well, they come from a number of different places. There are some from Indonesia and others from India. The ones from India are freshwater. I think the Indonesian are brackish.
Okay. Well, I was really worried. I was concerned. I mean, my local fish shop's pretty good, but they're lax on a lot of things. And I was, there's varying opinions. Some people, yes, they must be. And then some are like, no, it's okay.
Try to get a species and then check out the species.
Good deal. I was going to probably pick them up middle of this week. They said they would hold them for me for a week. So
Talk to Kenny. Kenny's in here now, I think, or he was. He's got some that he's kept for a good while.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Pretty aggressive.
Well, I've seen them. That's the first time I've seen them, and I just had to have them. I told them they're sold. I'm not ready to take them just yet.
If I can come upon them, I probably will set up something just for them. They are such a cool animal.
Yeah, and I went in there and they fed them some little crushed up granules and they jumped right on them in the tank. I was like, okay, this is a good sign.
That is way cool. Nice. Well, that'll be fun. 3G,
Well,
thank
good.
you so much. That's a beautiful tank.
Well, thanks for having me up. This is another one of my favorite deep substrate father fish style tanks, and thank you for coming up every week and doing what you do. We love you.
Well, amen. Thank you so much.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye for now. What a pretty tank. Mary, can you get back up or?
Yeah, I'm here. That was awesome, Greg. Oh man, his tanks are so pretty. Sorry, I got a call from the vet while we were on the screen, so
Well, Samuel's breeding frontosa in 55s. So you can do 2 or 3. You can't do a lot in there, but a male and 2 females. Frontosa get upwards of a foot. They get pretty
they're
good.
beautiful.
So 55 would be kind of minimum. Nice.
So Samuel, I'm hoping he got all moved and everything's in order now.
Who?
Samuel, remember he was moving the past 2 weeks?
Well, he was still working on it.
Yeah.
I talked to him Saturday morning. My time Saturday. No, I don't remember. There's 12 hours difference. He's 12 hours ahead of us. So I think
Right.
it was Saturday evening his time. It was Friday because he was getting friends over on Saturday to help him move all his fish tanks. He's got a lot of tanks and pools. So, yeah, he should be moved by now.
Yep. He says he's got 1 male and 1 female, so that should be nice, Samuel.
Oh,
It should be a great setup. Yes. Oh, that's a different Samuel. Wait a minute. Oh, did I get the wrong one? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Samuel Schultz is talking about raising frontosa.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's 2 different Samuels. Sorry.
Right. Aaron Relentless. Gotta run one love. Amen, Aaron. Sorry I missed you. So are Craig sending air hugs.
I'm trying to hold it together here. I just got a bad call from the vet, so sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt the stream. It's just
It's okay. Well, you were expecting it.
I'll be right back.
Johan, happy to have you here. Lost her again. Oh. Let's see what else is here. Dang. This was a puppy, and apparently the litter suffered the same fate. Her daughter had the puppy for just a few days. Fanatical said discus scare. Well, I understand that. I've had them enough, though. I had them at the shop. Had a lot of them. Some I did well with and some I didn't. Now, I had hard alkaline tanks, and I did not do well with Hansa's discus. Hansa's discus are all bred in Germany. They're Sten Deckeri, which are some of the highest quality discus. I had natives, however, that did pretty well. And I had a lot of them from Thailand and Cambodia. that all did extremely well. But I think I'm going to get up and visit Hans and get some from him. Mary Page, poor soul, dear heart. Johan's going to bed. Officially sleeping on the floor for a month waiting for the movers. My. Ah. Oh dear.
I'm trying so hard.
Oh, listen, I wanted to ask folks. Well, Mary and I were talking about either coming on later, like at 7, or
Oh,
staying
yeah.
longer. How do you guys feel about that? We're coming on now at 6, my time, which is 5, her time. That puts pressure on her because she works most Sundays.
Yeah.
If we could start at 7 my time.
But it's good with me. You know, you guys, if y'all want, if that would work out better, Father Fish, I can always come on a little later. It won't hurt me a bit. It might even actually be better for me on Sundays.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Sorry, I was trying not to cry.
Oh,
This is supposed to be a happy stream, not me acting stupid. So sorry, not stupid.
yeah,
I'm just
it's a little of everything, isn't it?
yeah. I tried so hard. I just sometimes there's just nothing you can do.
Well,
It just
that's
happens.
multi-tank addiction just came up. So
Oh
they're on
yeah,
a
there's Chris. Yeah.
Q Aquatics is live. That's
Oh, is
7.
she?
Yeah,
Oh goodness. Oh my gosh, how do you pick between Q and Chris? I don't know how.
really.
Both both
Yeah,
great channels.
we may better stay where we are.
Right. Oh, Susie Q, she is so wonderful, so beautiful. One of the first ladies that really got me into fish keeping on YouTube. And Chris, he's a great fish keeper. And I used to co-host with him too, and I love him to death. And sorry, I'm trying not to sniffle. It sounds bad.
Okay. All right. Well, we
Yeah.
may as well make a run for it. We're stepping all over people here.
Okay.
We'll be
I do
back
want to see you. I do
morning.
want to see you go to Hans, though.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. That'll be a good first trip too, because that's not too far for me. Condor X2,
Yeah. Thank you.
teary eyes.
Oh, it's making it worse. Getting worse by the minute.
Really,
So sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to do it.
we'll give Condor a wrench.
Yeah.
All right, guys, love you
That's
all.
right.
Good to be with you. We will be back. Mary and I will be back on Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock our time, 7 o'clock your time. Then EJ and I will be back Saturday evening at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So have a wonderful week. We'll see you Wednesday. Fanatical talking about taking the plunge on discus.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
it. Just do it.
It's a good idea. I do. God bless you all. Good night,
Love
everybody.
you all. Good night.
Bye for now.